Hey, Warrior Nation, Ellen here, the creator of Warrior Instructor Academy. And I'm so excited. I'm doing this little mini series where I am interviewing, helping you get to know some of our member partners. And I'm so excited about this one because Mary's my dear friend and she's one of our member benefit partners. So I guess first, Mary is MoonDance Photography. Many of you already know her and have worked with her. And so I wanted to tell you how I met her. First of all, we met, was it like 5 years ago?
Something like that. Yeah, just about.
And it was not related to Warrior. She, I think, had been a member off and on at the Downtown Athletic Club where I'm fitness director. And she was doing a small group training program that I was leading and coaching, and it was kind of core TRX focused. And so she was like a participant. Oh, but had recently rejoined. I don't know. Do you remember that story?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
gist of it.
But I feel like you kind of rejoined. I feel like because we were starting to do cool things at the DAC, which I like to try to take some credit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Mary is so anyway, she came back on as a member and then started teaching, and I handed over my another format to her because I was starting to start Warrior, and then wanted to focus on Warrior. And then anyway, now she is a Warrior all things instructor, and she's just a dear friend. So, but she's also our photographer. So all of our incredible marketing materials, all the stuff you see, all the stuff you see. I mean, there might be a couple of exceptions. If you roll back to like circa 2021, there might be some images that she didn't take, but anything that we're using as a brand now, anything in our websites, anything, everything promoting certifications or whatever is all content we've used from her. And she really, like, because she knows me and knows so many of you, she really does have her hand on the pulse of our mission and vision. And so she's able to capture the right things that say what we want to say about who we are as a brand. So she's on set every time we film a new production, capturing shots of the workout as it's going down, and we use those forever. And then we started bringing her on the conference tour, which is what we're here to talk to you guys about. What a benefit that is to you, and why we would encourage you to take advantage of it. So I'm already talking too much. Story of my life. Mary, did you want to add anything at this point?
Just saying that how we did meet. I remembered that I was a guest because it was one of my off times, and I was scooping in on my husband's membership, and I wanted to see what Tribe was about because I saw an Instagram post of you like having fun in a class, and I was like, "What's happening at the DAC? Something special is happening at the DAC." And so, yeah.
I remember you kind of coming in on his coattails. That's funny. That's funny. I remember that. Okay, well, how about this? Before I launch into kind of the benefits and the why behind what we're doing, when did you get into photography? And like, why is your company called MoonDance? And how did you get started with that?
Well, I went to school not primarily for photography. I was there on a dance kind of track, but mainly arts, and I took photography in college. And then I was like I was a film girl. I was like, I will never shoot digital. Um,
Oh,
so yeah, I was like an artsy, film girl. Anyway, um, fell in love, got married, had babies, and
in
just
LA, hot and dirty like the LA air.
that's right. That's right. So
That
yeah, it
was
was always just a hobby. And I just had, my life and my kiddos and all this stuff. And then always taking photos for people. And then while raising our kids, I would get hired by the soccer team, and I would get hired by friends saying, "Come on, can you take our photo? We'll pay you. We want some family photos." And then one day I was like, I feel like I just want to do this. Like, I just want to do this. So I started.
Fitness and art. I'm all about it.
Yes, absolutely. And that's a funny story with the fitness because I had taken my company professionally in 2019, I think it was. And it was about a year after that that I heard about you filming lessons at a studio. And I feel like if I remember correctly, I was like, if you ever wanted, me to come by, I kind of snuck my way in there.
Probably. I don't remember how it happened, but I do remember. And I remember like the first time we did it thinking it was going to be like a one and done, like I'll get
Yeah.
marketing assets. And then it just kind of it became so valuable to me and a way to show the world who we are and how relevant and how, again, I think your work actually helps me communicate our mission and vision. And so I realized I needed to have it at every production. So anyway, all right. So let's talk about member benefits. So basically, a Warrior Nation family, I want you guys to never want to quit and never want to leave. And I want to think of important collaborations, value adds to your membership that just align, that are a benefit to you and a reason to stay. I mean, why would you leave anyway? But I'm being very thoughtful about who those companies might be. And MoonDance is one of them. And so here's kind of my thought behind it. And then we'll get into some of the pricing. I'm going to talk a lot for a second. And then Mary's going to talk kind of about how to and what you need to know in terms of like booking and maybe payment and what to wear and all that stuff. First, I want you guys to know it is one of the absolute top easiest ways you can level up as a fitness professional. It's one of the best ways you can be looked at with more respect and more credibility is simply by having professional photos that represent your email, that represent your Instagram, that represent your Facebook, that represent your LinkedIn, that you post content or your class schedule. If you have professional assets, it's a world of difference. And I'm going to give an example without a name. There was someone in town here that is unrelated to the Warrior, not a Warrior instructor, just someone in town who I always kind of knew was like a good instructor, had a good reputation. I never really had taken her classes. I just kind of always heard her name in somewhat of a positive light. And I just figured she was like kind of a decent instructor. And went on for years. Okay, she's an instructor in this community that posts a lot of stuff. I didn't take her seriously and like really be like, whoa, who's that? Until she changed her profile picture, until I saw like it changes the way you view people. I mean, I wish we weren't maybe so shallow and fickle and superficial as human beings, but it's a subconscious. It's almost like a resume on a nice piece of paper versus a resume on a Post-it note. And she made a very simple change. She started peppering in some professional photography. It didn't just affect the way I treat her. I mean, not treat, view, perceive. It affected the way the whole community did. And her account grew into being someone super influential in our community. So that was literally like, I can put my finger on why that happened. And it was because she invested into photography. So it's very important and it's very simple. And so, okay, that's the kind of the why behind. So we want you as warriors to look your best and feel your best and be your most confident, powerful selves out in the world. And so we want to provide a super cost-effective way for you to do that. So basically, I'll just dive right into it. We go on this conference circuit. We call it the tour because we think we're rock stars. We are loud and crazy. Yeah. And so Mary has been coming to most of those. So you can kind of assume it might change from year to year, but she's trying to come to most of those. And I have some skin in the game. So I'm paying her a little bit to come be there. And then, she has some skin in the game. She has some expenses involved with going. And then you guys also would have some skin in the game because you have to pay to book her. So it's kind of like this group effort to bring you this super affordable way to level up. So we have 3 sort of, I guess, buckets I want to quickly touch on. and I'm going to give examples of each. I'm actually going to start with the bucket that we don't like. The bucket that we don't like what we are not open to is you taking advantage of this opportunity that we're creating to promote other fitness brands. So what is not allowed is for you to like slap on a Zumba shirt and be like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this incredible pricing on the Warrior Tour with this Warrior photographer and use it to promote my Zumba schedule just because I'm a businesswoman, and that doesn't make sense. You could do that on your own time at your own place with your own photographer. So that we are going to just say right out, that's not what this is for. The other bucket is like her regular pricing, which is $199 for a session like this. Bear with me. I need to let in a puppy because I'm dog sitting my grand dog. And now this video is going to live in infamy. My dog, my grand dog. Okay. So, the $199 price is her regular rate. It's also like not why we're doing this. We're not, it's, the example there would be like, you're not really there. It's not really about Warrior. It's just going to be generic fitness stuff. For example, that you want to change your profile picture and you maybe want to have a blog or promote your class schedule. And so you're wearing maybe like a Lululemon outfit and you don't even tag Warrior in it. You just tag Lululemon. Like that would be an example of booking her for a fitness shoot. And it wasn't really related to Warrior. We're not really providing the opportunity for that either. Although there might be opportunity if time permits in her schedule to book something like that with her. If, for example, her schedule wasn't filled. But the priority client and the reason that we created this package for you at a $99 rate, that's like the gold star offering here. The reason we did it is so that you promote Warrior, at least mostly, and you're tagging Warrior, Rhythm, Strength, Combat, whichever, and MoonDance. You're tagging and promoting and supporting our businesses, and so that it's a win-win-win-win. That's I don't know that I said that well, Mary. Did I say that?
You did, and I can kind of piggyback onto that. You said perfectly, that is the reason why, we're trying to spread the Warrior love, but also I look at it like this very symbiotic relationship. I am a Warrior instructor as well. I love all of the movement that this brand provides. I see it all and I know what I like to expect. So it's really beneficial to you guys as instructors when you have somebody who also teaches this format and moves the same way that I can get you into these moves and posing and stuff like that. So that's just a little taste of like why this is beneficial.
Absolutely. Pardon me, grand dog. So along with that, hold on, grand dog, go out. He's a puppy. All right. So it would be like it's like we're providing, like if you were a company, group rate health insurance at this like great deal to get great insurance, but it's because of your relationship with that company. So it's because of your relationship as a Warrior. And so in return, if you're going to take a spot, because she does tend to sell out also book. So if there's 10 spots available, we want to prioritize those of you that are going to be spreading the Warrior love. That doesn't mean you always have to wear a Warrior branded shirt, although we would like for that to be a part of your wardrobe that you bring. But it's kind of your intention that you are promoting your Warrior classes and you're tagging Warrior and promoting Warrior. And if that's you, then you get this $99 rate. So do you want to talk about like how they fill out, what you expect when they fill out the survey, how long it takes them to fill out the survey, what your communication is like with them, what they need to know from your end?
You got it. So we've tried to incorporate multiple cities in our Facebook what is it? It's like a survey that Ellen creates actually. And we were doing it one city at a time. And then we realized they were selling out and there was a cluster there of conferences in the summer. So we were like, let's just put them all out there. And it kind of helps people be able to plan a little bit better. So what happens is a survey pops up on the Facebook instructor group or the conferences group, and you can select that you want a headshot for that specific conference. That goes into a Google sheet that we get, and I compile all of those. And then about, I don't know, I would say a couple weeks before the conference, I send an email out to everybody letting them know what to expect, what to wear, when we'll meet, how long it takes. It's a 30-minute session. Would you like me to go into that actually?
I do, but I did want to make one small, like, little correction. Yes, we do post it in the Facebook group, and yes, you should join the Facebook group. It's pretty fun. It's different in there. It's not redundant. It's not like the same stuff that gets posted in the brand accounts. It's a totally different energy in the conference Facebook group. But I was going to say, it's also, that survey is actually multiple places. It's in all the memberships. It's in the self-study courses. It's in the live assets. So it's in the conference tab in our website. So it's not hard to find. That's all. Okay.
Find it.
Yes.
Yeah. So once you sign up, you get your information a few weeks before the conference takes place. And that tells you these specific things. The shoot is a 30-minute shoot. I usually have to get you guys back to back because, like Ellen said, we've been selling out, which is amazing. And the kicker of this all is that it's repeat warrior instructors. They want to have photos in multiple towns. They want to have updated photos. You're going to get a different photo every photo shoot. And maybe you just mastered a pose that you weren't able to before. So that's been really exciting. It's usually about 50% of my headshots for the conferences that are repeat warrior instructors. So big thank you to you guys. So yeah, 30-minute sessions back to back. I usually get to a conference and figure out where we're going to go from there. Now that I will have had this whole year under my belt, I kind of am familiar with the places now, but I think coming up, we have Nashville. So I'm going to be out there scouting, and you bring clothes. I've had warrior instructors that have on black leggings, and then on top of that, pink leggings, and then on top of that, maybe some blue ones. And they just shed as
Have you ever had anyone just like change their pants out in the middle of nowhere? Well, maybe don't name them if they
I won't name them, but
I mean, I would do it. I would like
there's
find a tree and do it quickly, I think.
definitely been some like behind the bush changing. Yeah, and you can bring props. I've had dumbbells, kettlebells, blocks, mats. We love when you guys bring the warrior.
Yes, I put them on my website. I use your stuff too. We should mention that.
Yeah. So like Ellen said, the fun part about this is if you're comfortable with it, you can forward your online gallery of all your photos to Ellen. And then she, like, every now and again, you'll like open up either social media or you'll get an email from the Warrior Academy and there's your photo on there because it's just, it's professional photos. It makes the brand look good. I'll just wrap up really quickly the process. So once we have the photo session, it takes a few weeks for me to edit all of the photos together. You receive a email with a link to an online gallery. From there, you can download your entire gallery. I don't do the like, you get 5 photos, but you have to pay for any extras. Like you get everything and you can print and share and all that stuff.
Okay, I have made some notes on things you just said. One, I hope you guys are looking in the emails. Those of you who have previously booked Mary, because it is true. I do. And I don't let you know. I'm not like, hey, I'm going to use your picture in this. Like, I wonder sometimes, like, did they see that they were like featured prominently in the newsletter? So
fun.
And I'll email or call Mary and be like, hey, who has some pictures with our warrior mat, the new logo? And she'll be like, oh, Kat and Mary. I'm like, oh yes, thank you. Or like, which lesson did we have this move? And like, anyway, so that's one thing. Also, if you book Mary at a conference, she does make an effort. It's not always like super possible, but she makes a pretty valiant effort to get a good picture of you in the big session. And so that's important for us to say here too. If you don't book her, we want you to know why she's not looking for you. I'm hiring her to represent and get pictures of each session and to get pictures of me or whoever the presenter is, maybe Diva, leading that session. And then she turns kind of her attention when she can to get specific pictures of those who have booked her for that event. So that's an extra benefit too. Also about repeats. Yes. So I feel like everyone does it, but I feel like everyone rebooks. So people that come to 2 conferences a year, 3 a year, or 1 a year, because now we're in multiple years, they are rebooking her. And I think that is wonderful. And don't feel weird about that. I rebook Mary and I'll do the same positions with her from like month to month, just because I'm in a different hair or a different lip color. I'll be like, I know we have this pose, but my hair is different. And also like having new stuff, not just professional stuff, but new stuff is important. And it speaks to how relevant you are in the industry. It like suggests, oh man, that instructor's going places. They're doing things. I just saw them in LA in the picture doing the wild thing in the street. And now they're in, Virginia doing Lotus in the middle of the street. So being a repeat customer is a really good thing. You guys, I encourage that. What else? I think that was everything. So
Yeah. It is so much fun shooting warrior instructors. It's just the best. I love it. And you guys are already dressed. You're already ready.
Yeah.
We're all together, it's just like a one-stop shop. It's just a no-brainer.
what about, do some people I have this question. I actually struggle with this too. Like when you're in session, a lot of warriors are going and they're taking session after session and they're like hot and sweaty and they're not like perfectly photo ready. Do you have any thoughts about that? Do you care? Do you just because it's still great and the hot sweaty look is good too.
It is. And I'll tell you, some of us were hot and sweaty in Dallas without even working out. So myself included.
Yeah.
So I just want, I mean, most of the time these conferences you're staying there. I'm so, flexible with that. If you wanted to go freshen up or do this or that, I do edit the photos. Like if you're just have the raccoon eyes, I can help. I can help with things like that. But I love hot and sweaty.
If you lose a fingernail,
if you lose
attach it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. So basically, you guys, we're so excited to make this relationship more formal. And we couldn't be more thrilled with what a value it is. So if you don't follow MoonDance on social, please do. And if you're looking to come on the tour, make sure you book a spot with her.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Bye.